Suffering is not a permanent condition of your life. It is an experience, often a teacher, urging you to uncover the deeper truths within. You are here because you sense there is more to your story than pain, and you are absolutely right. Every feeling of loss, every ache of the heart, carries with it a seed of transformation. Through awareness, love, and a willingness to see beyond what hurts, you can begin to loosen suffering's grip. All too often, we feel powerless when sorrow, anxiety, or regret descends upon us. We assume these burdens are the inevitable weight we must carry day in and day out. Yet your soul knows that you are more expansive than any fleeting distress. You might have heard that pain is a messenger, a doorway, calling you to growth. This is not about dismissing or invalidating your feelings. On the contrary, it's a call to honor them and examine what stories lie beneath. In the journey we will share today, we'll look at suffering from a place of deep compassion. We'll explore how invisible beliefs can shape our emotional landscape. We'll gently remind ourselves that embracing our emotions, instead of burying them, releases them into the light of acceptance. We'll see how this internal turmoil can ripple into our physical well-being, reminding us that our minds, hearts, and bodies are intimately connected. We'll also discover that at the very core of healing is a radiant spark of self-love. As that spark grows, it illuminates the dark corners of unworthiness, reminding you that you are always deserving of kindness and care from yourself and from others. And we will speak about an often overlooked balm to heartache: forgiveness. Not as an act of weakness or naive forgetting, but as a conscious choice to free yourself from chains that no longer serve you. Within these pages, you'll find gentle truths and practical steps, graceful ways to tap into gratitude, transform limiting beliefs, and align with a deeper spiritual wisdom that flows through you. Rather than seeing healing as something separate or complicated, you'll learn that it's a natural extension of your very being. As you move forward in this exploration, know that every morsel of kindness you show yourself creates ripples of relief that expand into your relationships, your creativity, and your outlook on life. You do not have to suffer silently, nor do you need to endure alone. There is a wellspring of hope living within you, waiting to be rediscovered one compassionate step at a time. Let us begin this journey together, allowing a gentle shift in perspective, harnessing the power of acceptance, and ultimately recognizing that you hold the key to your own liberation. Deep within your mind, certain beliefs quietly shape how you experience the world. Sometimes these beliefs emerge from childhood experiences, perhaps moments when you felt unseen, criticized, or not enough. Over time, these small but potent conclusions harden into unspoken rules. I will never be safe. I am unlovable. I must please others to be worthy of love. Whether you realize it or not, they become the prism through which you interpret every event, ultimately coloring your life with suffering. It's easy to think your beliefs are the truth rather than a lens. You might say, "This is just how things are," or "Life has always been this way for me." Yet the moment you begin to question these assumptions, you start unraveling the strings binding you to your pain. Realize now, you have the inherent power to transform your mindset. Awareness is the first tender step in dismantling these illusions. Consider this: a belief is essentially a thought you've chosen, consciously or otherwise, to hold on to. When it no longer serves you, you have the right to let it go. This does not happen overnight, nor should it. It's more like watching clouds disperse after a storm. You notice they're there, acknowledge them, and gently invite them to move along. One gentle approach to begin reshaping your beliefs is the practice of repeating affirmations. When you find yourself trapped in self-limiting thoughts, like, "I can't do anything right," you can gently replace them with phrases such as, "I am capable of learning and growing." The key is to say these affirmations with sincerity. Initially, you might feel resistance or even disbelief. That is perfectly normal. With time and repetition, these empowering statements begin to settle into your subconscious, offering a new blueprint. Try to make affirmations as personal as possible. If fear of abandonment haunts you, then "I deserve loving, supportive connections" can help nudge your mind toward comfort and trust. If you worry about your abilities, "I am open to limitless possibilities" might be the balm you need. These small statements, spoken consistently, are not mere words. They become seeds of truth that, when nurtured, grow into resilient new beliefs. Think of this process as tidying a garden. You gently remove the weeds of destructive thinking and plant the vibrant flowers of self-confidence and clarity. And like a garden, beliefs need time, patience, and nourishment to flourish. Be compassionate with yourself if old habits sometimes resurface. Every time you replace a limiting thought with a healthier one, you're cultivating a more supportive internal environment. Let today be your gentle wake-up call. You are not defined by the beliefs you once inherited or adopted during challenging times. Your natural state is limitless potential. As you begin to question what you once thought was set in stone, you create space for new beginnings. And in that space, a more loving, courageous, and empowered way of thinking is ready to bloom. Imagine your emotions as waves rising and falling in the ocean of your being. They come and go, they swell and recede. When we resist our feelings or try to bury them, we're essentially building a dam that traps these waves inside. Over time, these pent-up emotions can morph into tension, anxiety, or even physical discomfort. Yet once we learn to allow emotions to flow, we discover that no wave lasts forever. Each crest eventually returns to calm waters. One of the most profound sources of suffering arises when we deny or suppress how we truly feel. We might label emotions like anger or sadness as bad, feeling shame for having them. Or maybe we've learned that crying or expressing vulnerability is a sign of weakness. These beliefs pressure us to put on a brave face, often at our own expense. But here's a kind reminder. Emotions are neither right nor wrong. They are signals guiding you to greater self-understanding. Consider taking a few moments each day to gently check in with yourself. Ask, "What am I feeling right now?" without judgment. Let the answer come from the heart. You might discover that a seemingly small annoyance is masking deeper grief or fear. Alternatively, you might realize you feel unexpectedly content in a situation you once found challenging. This simple act of listening can free stuck energy, allowing you to move more gracefully through life's shifts. When powerful emotions surface, such as anger or despair, give them space to exist. You might write in a journal, expressing every raw thought without filtering. Or you could sit quietly, place a hand on your heart and say, It's safe to feel this way. I am here for myself. Acknowledge the emotion as you would acknowledge a friend who's come to visit, ready to share a story. The mere act of allowing it to speak often dissolves the intensity. If tears flow, welcome them. Tears can be a beautiful release valve that helps the body let go of tension and pain. If frustration or rage emerges, find a healthy outlet, like punching a pillow, screaming into a void of nature, or dancing to energetic music. The key is to move the energy constructively without judging yourself. Remember that each emotion, even the turbulent ones, carries within it an opportunity for healing. As you begin to honor your feelings, you cultivate a space where compassion naturally arises. You no longer view your sadness, fear, or anger as enemies, but as allies, revealing truths and unlocking deeper layers of self-discovery. Over time, this approach fosters resilience, teaching you that emotions, though sometimes intense, are fundamentally transient. In this openness, suffering subsides. By inviting emotional awareness, you clear the stagnant waters of repressed pain. Let each feeling be heard. Let each wave roll through, and trust that you are strong enough to remain present. In doing so, you give yourself permission to heal, moment by moment. Your body is a marvel, always in conversation with your mind and heart. Every cell is attuned to the internal dialogues you hold, whether they brim with fear or flow with hope. When the mind fixates on negative self-talk or unresolved grief, the body often mirrors that tension. Clenching muscles, headaches, fatigue, or more serious health concerns. On the flip side, when loving thoughts and affirmations prevail, your body breathes a sigh of relief, restoring harmony from the inside out. Modern trends in self-help, such as mindful breathing, yoga therapy, and energy alignment practices, are not mere fads. They echo an ancient truth. You have the power to influence your health with your mental and emotional patterns. Sometimes people label this as holistic healing, but in essence, it's simply allowing the mind, body, and spirit to collaborate rather than compete. Consider the next time you feel physical discomfort or tension. Place a hand over that area and quietly affirm, I send love and relaxation to this space. I release the burdens I no longer need. Think of your body as a devoted partner in this life journey. It communicates through subtle signals, a flutter in the stomach when anxious, a tightening in the chest when sad, or an ache in the neck when carrying guilt. Instead of dismissing these signals, approach them with curiosity. I sense tension in my shoulders. What might that be telling me about my day or my thoughts? This gentle inquiry can reveal stressors you weren't consciously aware of. If you wish to deepen this mind-body connection, a few minutes of daily breath work can be transformative. Close your eyes, inhale through your nose for a count of 4, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 4. With each breath, visualize tension leaving your body. As you exhale, silently say, I release. As you inhale, imagine a warm light filling you, silently affirming, I invite peace. Within a week of consistent practice, you might find that your body feels lighter, your mind calmer. Energy alignment techniques like gentle stretching, tapping, the emotional freedom technique, or even guided meditations amplify this effect. They help you release stagnant energy stored in the body, especially if you've been carrying old traumas or regrets. Some of these practices have become popular through social media, where people share success stories of feeling more alive, more open after just a few sessions. While these stories can serve as inspiration, remember that your journey is personal. Go at a pace that feels safe and nurturing. As you explore your physical self in tandem with your emotional and spiritual sides, remember to celebrate each step forward. Whether it's choosing healthier food to support your energy levels or spending a few minutes daily whispering kind words to your body, these small, consistent actions weave a tapestry of vibrant well-being. Trust that your body yearns to heal. With compassion and loving attention, you create the environment in which that healing becomes possible. Self-love is the radiant core from which all healing blossoms. It's not an egotistical stance or a disregard for others. Rather, it is a gentle acknowledgement that you too are worthy of kindness, patience, and tenderness, just as much as anyone else in the world. Think of self-love as an inner sanctuary, a place where you can retreat to find solace and recharge when the outside world feels overwhelming. So many people grow up believing self-love is selfish. Maybe they're taught to put everyone else's needs first, or they're chastised for expressing pride in their abilities. Over time, this can create an inner critic so fierce that it smothers any spark of self-acceptance. And yet, consider how you'd treat a beloved friend who's feeling lost. You'd likely hold their hand, listen to their concerns, and offer comforting words. Extending that same level of care to yourself is the heart of self-love. One of the most profound practices for fostering self-love is mirror work. Stand before a mirror, look into your eyes, and speak words of kindness. You might say, "I see you," or "I am learning to love and accept you exactly as you are." At first, this may feel awkward or even insincere. That's natural. Your mind might be accustomed to pointing out flaws or replaying criticisms. Simply allow those resistant thoughts to surface without judgment. Then reaffirm your new message of love. Over time, mirror work can melt through layers of self-doubt and self-blame, revealing a friendlier, more encouraging inner voice. Another pillar of self-love is the willingness to set boundaries. When you respect yourself, you recognize that your emotional well-being matters too. You learn to say no without guilt when situations threaten to overwhelm you. This doesn't make you less compassionate. Instead, it ensures you preserve enough energy and peace of mind to show up fully for the people and causes close to your heart. Boundaries are not walls. They are frameworks that keep love flowing in healthy ways. It's also important to celebrate the small victories. Maybe you reached out for help today, or you spoke kindly to yourself when you made a mistake. Perhaps you took a quiet walk in nature and felt gratitude for your body's ability to move. Each of these moments is an act of self-love, a gentle reminder that you are worthy of compassion and care. Acknowledge these moments with a kind thought. I honor the steps I've taken today. Whenever you sense the stirrings of your harsh inner critic, gently but firmly call upon self-love. Whisper to yourself, I am willing to see my goodness. This willingness cracks open a door to deeper understanding and acceptance. As self-love grows, suffering loses its foothold. You realize you do not have to cling to shame or unworthiness. Instead, you walk forward, hand in hand with a kinder perspective, freeing your spirit to explore the beauty life has to offer. forgiveness is one of the most liberating gifts you can bestow upon yourself. Contrary to common misconceptions, it does not excuse harmful behavior or absolve anyone of responsibility. Rather, forgiveness is a conscious decision to let go of the heavy chains of resentment and bitterness that weigh you down. In essence, it is an act of self-emancipation. You release the hurt from your heart, allowing space for peace to take root. When you hold on to anger or resentment, whether directed at yourself or someone else, you're essentially drinking poison and hoping it affects the other person. Over time, these toxic emotions corrode your sense of joy and well-being. In some cases, they can even manifest as physical discomfort or persistent stress. Simply put, living in anger means chaining yourself to the very source of your pain. So how do you begin the process of forgiveness? Start by acknowledging the hurt. Pretending everything is fine only drives the wound deeper into your subconscious, where it continues to fester. Give yourself permission to feel all those emotions tied to the situation: anger, sadness, betrayal, confusion, without judgment. Then consider the possibility that you no longer wish to carry this weight. Ask yourself, am I willing to release this resentment for my own sake? A helpful visualization might be to close your eyes and see the person or situation that hurt you. Imagine a soft, healing light enveloping both of you. You might silently say, I choose to free myself from this pain. I release you and I release me. This visualization does not mean endorsing what they did. It simply signifies your readiness to unhook from the burden of anguish. Repeat this as often as necessary. Forgiveness is seldom a one-time event. It can be a gradual unfolding. Self-forgiveness is equally vital. Many individuals cling to guilt or shame for years, punishing themselves for perceived failures or mistakes. Realize that growth often involves making errors along the way. Offer compassion to yourself for the times you didn't live up to your own standards. As you do so, you create room for learning and healthier choices in the future. A tender affirmation might be, I allow myself to be human. I learn and grow with loving patience. At its heart, forgiveness is about liberation. It sets you free from a loop of negative energy that can distort your sense of self and color your relationships. In that freedom, you find space for joy, empathy, and renewed connection. Each time you practice forgiveness, you demonstrate that your capacity for love is stronger than any hurt inflicted upon you. Let this realization soothe your spirit, knowing you have the power to lay down the burdens of the past and step forward, unshackled and at peace. Gratitude is a gentle alchemy that can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. When you cultivate the habit of appreciation, you shift your focus from what is lacking to what is present and beautiful in your life. In doing so, you loosen the grip of worry and frustration, making space for contentment and peace. Even in the midst of challenges, there are sparks of goodness to be recognized. A friendly smile, a moment of kindness, a comforting meal, or even the steady beat of your own heart. Science and spirituality both champion gratitude for its uplifting effects. Neurobiologists have found that expressing thankfulness can rewire the brain to favor positive thinking patterns. Meanwhile, countless spiritual traditions have long taught that counting blessings helps us maintain a harmonious connection with life's abundant flow. When you consistently acknowledge what you have, you amplify its value, inviting more of the same into your reality. One simple practice is to keep a gratitude journal. Each morning or before going to bed, jot down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. They need not be grand or life-altering. Maybe it's the warmth of your blanket or the supportive text message you received from a friend. The key is to feel the warmth of appreciation as you write. It's not about going through the motions. It's about truly savoring each blessing. If journaling doesn't resonate, try a mental gratitude walk. As you move through your day, at home, in nature, or commuting, mentally note the things that bring you comfort or joy. I appreciate the roof over my head. I value the fresh air I breathe. I love the laughter I shared with my loved ones today. With each statement of gratitude, take a full breath in and out, allowing the feeling of thankfulness to flow through your body. In times of difficulty, gratitude can serve as a lifeline. It doesn't mean denying your struggles. Rather, it reminds you that even in darkness, there is light to be found. Perhaps you're facing heartbreak or financial uncertainty. In those moments, pausing to recognize even the smallest blessings, like a supportive friend or a moment of peace, can anchor you in hope. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but can soften the edges, helping you see the bigger tapestry of your life. Over time, gratitude becomes second nature. You'll find yourself spontaneously noticing positives in situations that once weighed you down. This shift in perspective is subtle yet powerful. It liberates you from a cycle of focusing on what's lacking and nurtures a more balanced outlook on life. Embrace gratitude as a gentle companion on your path. It keeps you grounded in the present moment, continually reminding you of the abundance that already exists around and within you. Limiting beliefs are like locked doors that keep you from stepping into a larger, more vibrant world. They tell you there isn't enough love, money, or opportunity to go around. They whisper that you're not talented, not smart, or not deserving enough to claim your dreams. Yet these restrictions often arise from past experiences or inherited messages, not from any inherent truth about who you are. The first step in overcoming limiting beliefs is to recognize them. Pay attention to repetitive thoughts that arise when you face challenges or new opportunities. Do you catch yourself saying, "I'm just not good with money," or "I'm not worthy of a healthy relationship"? Each time you hear such a thought, pause. Ask yourself, is this an absolute truth or simply a story I've been telling myself? As soon as you see it as a story, you reclaim the power to rewrite the narrative. One popular self-help trend that can support this process is subconscious reprogramming. You'll often find guided meditations or affirmations online designed to rewire deep-seated mental patterns. Listening to these recordings consistently, perhaps before bed, can gently shift old beliefs into healthier perspectives. For instance, if you grapple with scarcity thinking around finances, a recorded affirmation might repeat phrases like, "I am open to the infinite possibilities of abundance." Over time, your mind begins to adopt this viewpoint more naturally. Another technique is to take tangible action that challenges your old belief. If you believe you're unlovable, try going out of your comfort zone to connect with others. Sign up for a local meetup, volunteer for a cause, or simply practice open communication in your existing relationships. Each positive interaction provides real-world evidence that counters the old, limiting narrative. It's like gathering proof that the door you thought was locked can indeed be opened. Be patient with yourself throughout this journey. Limiting beliefs often took root over many years, so dissolving them is not an overnight process. Celebrate small victories. Maybe you applied for a job that seemed out of reach, or you shared your heartfelt feelings with someone you care about. Each of these acts is a testament to your growing faith in life's abundance. As you dismantle limiting beliefs, you'll discover a natural expansion in your outlook. Opportunities that once felt unattainable begin to appear. You might meet people who support your vision, or stumble upon resources that propel you forward. This is not mere coincidence. It's the universe responding to your newly open heart and mind. Ultimately, opening to abundance means trusting that life has a wealth of opportunities, love, and wisdom just waiting to meet you. It's a dance of giving and receiving, recognizing that you have gifts to share with the world, and that the world, in turn, has gifts for you. Step by step, you move beyond limiting beliefs into a realm of infinite possibility, fueled by the unwavering conviction that you deserve a life of richness and fulfillment. Spiritual alignment is the process of bringing your thoughts, emotions, and actions into harmony with the deeper essence of who you are. It goes beyond any specific religion or doctrine and rests on the understanding that you are inherently connected to a source of love, wisdom, and infinite potential. When you align with this inner truth, each day unfolds with a sense of flow. You tap into energies of peace and clarity that guide your choices, gently steering you away from unnecessary suffering. One accessible path to spiritual alignment is the practice of daily affirmations. Affirmations act like gentle reminders of the truths you wish to embody. When you awaken, place your feet on the ground and say, "I am open to receiving guidance and blessings today." Allow these words to resonate in your mind, connecting you with a vision of the day anchored in positivity. Before bed, you might affirm, "I release all that no longer serves me. I rest in perfect peace." These short, heartfelt statements pave the way for healing insights and restful sleep. Incorporating visualization can deepen this practice. Close your eyes and imagine a soothing, radiant light surrounding your body. As you inhale, feel this light filling every cell, carrying in a sense of warmth and ease. As you exhale, envision the release of tension, doubt, and any remnants of suffering. If a particular area in your body or life feels stuck, direct the light there, affirming healing and openness. This simple visualization, paired with loving words, can reawaken hope and serenity even on difficult days. Meditation, too, plays a vital role in spiritual alignment. You don't need to sit for hours on end. Even 5 or 10 minutes of quietly observing your breath can anchor you in the present moment. When your mind wanders, as it naturally will, gently guide it back, repeating a calming phrase like, "I am here, I am now." Over time, this stillness helps you tune into the subtle nudges of your intuition and fosters an intimate relationship with your own inner wisdom. Modern self-help circles often talk about raising your vibration, which is a poetic way of saying you can shift your emotional and mental state to a higher, more positive frequency. Regular affirmations, meditation, and mindful awareness all help you cultivate these uplifting states. In turn, you may notice synchronicities appearing in your life, encounters, opportunities, or insights that align with your desires and spiritual growth. Remember, you are not striving for perfection, but nurturing a deeper connection with the love and intelligence that courses through all existence. Setbacks or challenging emotions do not mean you've fallen out of alignment. They are part of the unfolding human experience. Simply return to your affirmations, your breath, or your prayers as an act of self-compassion. In this sacred space of alignment, suffering loses its power. You recognize that within you dwells a resilient light, steadfast and unwavering, guiding you gently toward wholeness and peace. We began this journey by acknowledging that suffering is a universal experience, yet not an unchangeable fate. Throughout our exploration, we've touched on the hidden beliefs that keep us bound, the healing power of acknowledging emotions, and the profound ways our bodies respond to both kindness and harshness. We've learned that self-love acts like a gentle beacon, guiding us beyond self-judgment, and that forgiveness sets us free from the weight of unresolved hurts. We've discovered that gratitude can reframe our outlook, opening our hearts to the wonder that already surrounds us, and that recognizing and transforming limiting beliefs paves the way for new possibilities. Ultimately, these insights converge in the idea of spiritual alignment, harmonizing your entire being with the deeper truth of who you are. When mind, heart, and spirit work in unison, suffering loses its stranglehold, and a sense of inner freedom emerges. It doesn't mean you will never face challenges again. Instead, it means you'll meet them with a resilient openness, bolstered by the understanding that you are, at your core, already whole. As you reflect on these teachings, take a moment to honor yourself for showing up with curiosity and willingness. You have bravely chosen to look within, to question long-held beliefs, and to invite healing into your life. Even if you feel you have only taken a small step, remember that each step in a healing direction matters. Like drops of water shaping a rock, consistent, gentle effort will transform your inner landscape in profound ways. Let the last note of this journey be an affirmation that lovingly encapsulates the essence of our discussion. Place a hand on your heart if it feels right. Close your eyes and silently repeat, I am worthy of peace, love, and boundless joy. I release any thought or feeling that keeps me in suffering, and I embrace my true nature as whole and deeply loved. Carry these words with you in the days to come. Allow them to resonate in your mind like a comforting friend, reminding you that you always have a choice. You can choose to perpetuate stories of limitation or decide to open your heart to healing and abundance. The power has always been within you. Keep nurturing this internal shift by practicing gratitude each day, by offering forgiveness, both to others and yourself, when old resentments resurface, and by returning to self-love whenever doubt knocks. Let your actions in the physical world reflect the loving intentions you hold within. Seek community, share your insights, and continue learning from new experiences. Each act of kindness, each compassionate thought, feeds into a collective energy that uplifts you and those around you. As you exit this space, remember that the journey doesn't end here. It's ongoing, blossoming with every loving choice you make. In embracing your inherent worth and exploring the pathways out of suffering, you stand on sacred ground, capable of remarkable growth and endless renewal. May you carry this sense of hope and empowerment forward, shining as a testament to what is possible when we commit to freeing ourselves from the causes of suffering and stepping into the radiance of our true selves.